High Velocity Wrestling is a professional wrestling promotion based in Western North Carolina. HVW's events provide a family atmosphere featuring old school pro wrestling with a modern day flair, giving a little something for everyone. Hey, what is up? Welcome to the HVW Podcast, the official podcast for High Velocity Wrestling. I'm your host, Tom Clark, and we're here to give you the latest HVW news, exclusive interviews, and some fun pro wrestling conversation. Remember to follow us on all of our social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are available in this episode's description. You caught me reading again. What's up, kids? Tom Clark here. High Velocity Wrestling Director of Social Media. I'll get it out. Let's try it again. High Velocity Wrestling Director of Social Media. It's been a really long day. It's been a good day. It's just been a really long day. It's all good, though, folks. Hope you and yours are doing great today. Hope you are having a good beginning of your week. We're doing pretty good here on our end. We only just made the announcement of going live just a short time ago, to be honest with you. As I said, it's been a busy day, kids. But we've got lots of stuff to talk about. The topic of this particular podcast episode is major announcement. I know what you're thinking. That's pretty plain. But you know what? It says a lot for us here at HVW, and you're going to find out in short order. Before we go any farther, let's bring along the co-host, the man of the hour, the owner, promoter of High Velocity Wrestling, Mr. Gary Benfield. What's up, Gary? How you doing, man?
What's up, Tom? What's up, everybody?
Doing great, man. How are you I was going to say this morning. I'm all out of whack right now.
I'm all right this morning, Tom. How are you?
This morning's great, I'm telling you. I got my coffee, and I'm good. It's all good. I need some light. Am I fuzzy on you? Hold on. Bam! Oh, that's bright, baby. It's all kinds of bright.
Yeah, now you're glowing.
Woo! I'm telling you.
Now you're glowing, baby.
It's not just the glow. It's what's the Naomi thing from WWE? Feel the glow, something like that. It's a work in progress. This ring light is not the easiest thing to deal with. How's that?
Yeah, you really white.
Am I still? Hey, listen. Hold on.
What's up, Barrett? How you doing, buddy?
You'd think that he would have this. I would have this ready. You know what I think it is? Hold on. Let's adjust that sucker.
That's hold on.
Better?
Now, dude, like this part of your face is really white.
Well, you know what? Hold on.
Honestly, it didn't look bad, but the light off.
There we go. How's that?
Yeah, that's
better.
Yeah.
Well, it's better from where I can see. How about that?
That's right, Nathan Summer. He's snowflake white.
That's right. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, I burn easy. When I go out in the sun, which is never, you better believe I bathe in sunblock. I can't stand it. My God. Too. I burn to a crisp. It's so weird because Wesley, my son, he browns like nobody's business. I've never been able to do that, ever. So, what's up, kids? Let's say hello to some of the crew hanging out with us right now. David down under, a regular viewer of the main event, down in Australia right now. Thanks for joining us, David. Very cool of you. Sugar Shane, another main event guy. Thanks for hanging out. Larry, I hope you and yours are doing well this fine evening.
What up, Larry Bell? Tom, what we was talking about before we went live?
Yes, sir.
Okay, both. Good to go.
Awesome. Great. Will, thanks for hanging out, man. Jack Dillon, thanks for hanging out. Nathan, what's going on? Yeah, I see that snowflake comment. That's all right. Let's hit it one more time. Oh, even better. I just don't want to get fuzzy, man. If I get fuzzy, it's going to be an odd picture. All right, enough of the technical difficulties. I've had all I can take. So the topic of this particular episode is major announcement. We've been down this road before, Gary, and we don't want to tease people. We don't want to make people think, oh, here we go again. We've never done that intentionally, kids, just to let you guys know.
No.
Stuff happens, right? But bam, Major announcement. There you go. I didn't give anything away in the ticker. But let's go ahead and drop it on them, Gary. You have the floor, my friend. Let's reveal the major announcement.
Who's ready, baby? Saturday, June the 5th, High Velocity Wrestling is live and in your face at the Trinity of Fairview Family Center. We're back, baby.
That's right. We are coming back, and the event is called
Proving Ground.
HVW Proving Ground.
This
was actually in the list of events, and I won't bore you with the details, folks, but this was actually in the list of events set for 2020. We all know how that all came out. Not too good. So we're going to make use of what we have, what we've already got written up. So this seems to work. It seems to click. This, as Gary said, Saturday, June 5th. As of this moment, we are still restricted. The good news is that the vaccine is getting out there. Yours truly is getting his this Friday, so that's going to be cool. The vaccine is not a miracle drug. I think we all are well aware of that. Just because you get the vaccine does not mean you go mask-free and go hugging and kissing people on the mouth. No. It doesn't work that way. It's just to help safeguard you in the event that you come across somebody who is so silly they refuse to wear a mask. So there you go. Dude, it's looking good. It looks like we're on the track back, dude. That's a good thing.
Well, like you said, there's still restrictions in place. And with that being said, it's important that we tell everybody we can only have 100 fans. So we can only sell 100 tickets. So once the tickets go on sale, you better get them quick. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. So listen. Get you and your 4 buddies together. We're going to sell 15 tables, a round table with 5 chairs at the table. You will pay $100 for that table. So you get 4 of your buddies, each of you pay $20. You're going to get a table. And you're going to see High Velocity Wrestling. And we will sell 25 individual chairs at $20 a ticket.
And the chairs will be spaced out. And the idea, guys, behind the tables buying in groups of 5 is that, as Gary said, it's you and 4 of your friends. Or it could be you, your wife, and your 2 kids and your brother or something. I mean, it's however you can configure 5 people and the idea, folks, is real simple here. If you know these 5 people, you're comfortable with these 5 people, chances are you're around these 5 people anyway. There's probably least of a chance of you getting anything from anybody else. But if we sit you at a table with 4 other strangers, we're not only rolling the dice for ourselves, we're rolling the dice for you. And we will not be held responsible for putting you in harm's way. We don't want to do that to you. It's not right. Just because, and all you want to do is come see a wrestling show, and that shouldn't be held against you. So, find 4 friends or find 4 family members, and let's make this happen. As Gary said, we've only got 100 tickets. The full court press is not on right now. Everybody relax. Tom's not wearing the blazer, standing up, talking about tickets. Those days will be coming, okay? When those days come, you can just go ahead and start firing up the internet machine there and do what you got to do. Until then, we're just giving you, like Gary said, we're giving you a heads up as to what's coming down the pike. The tables will be spaced out, and the chairs will be spaced out as well. And look, anything can change between now and June 5th, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you never know. Restrictions may be lifted. We may be able to make a last-minute change that you can buy tickets at the door, and we'll set up some more chairs if that's possible. But as of right now, we can sell 100 tickets. And you must wear a mask from the time you walk in the door to the time you walk out the door. If you are seen without a mask, you will be asked to leave the building.
No refunds, kids.
No refunds.
No refunds. This is non-negotiable.
And that's the venue. And we support it here at HVW because we want to look after our fans. We want to keep you guys safe. We don't want you getting exposed and bringing something back to a loved one at home. So we're really trying to do this thing. And Trinity's excited. Pastor Stacy is super stoked. And let's get this thing. Let's get back at it. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. This is gonna be a fun night. You and I have already been talking about who's gonna be featured on the card. We're not gonna tell you anything right now. It's all a secret.
Hoo-wee. All I can tell you, it's on fire, son. It's on fire.
It's gonna be good, man. There's big plans. There's big plans going into this, and we're barely 48 hours into this conversation. There's going to be a lot more talks behind the scenes. It's going to be, it's absolutely going to be, going to be off the chain, as the kids say. Do the kids still say off the chain? Am I behind in my vernacular?
I think we're behind, Tom. They come up with these new words that don't even make no sense, my friend.
Well, there you go. John Matthews in the house. John, what's up, my friend?
You'll see this young man in action, I'm sure.
John, Gary says you've improved by leaps and bounds. I fully expect an amazing Hall of Fame worthy performance the next time I see you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
No pressure. Yeah, man.
It's going to be an amazing night, Tom. I'm excited, man. The fire's been lit, and I'm excited to put my brain to work, get your brain to working. We reach out to our wrestlers, and man, I'm so stoked about. Can we just give them just a little bit of a tease?
Well, I'll tell you this. The main event is something we were planning for 2020, and we never got to do it. And I don't know if I want to give him anything more because I'm
not going to say anything else, but I am going to say this. All HVW titles or all HVW championships will be crowned June 5th.
There you go. You can definitely give that away because that's good stuff. Yeah, this was something that we were going to do last year, and that was going to be it was not going to be Overdrive. It was going to be the event after Overdrive. And why can't I remember what we were going to call that event? I'm already blanking on it.
Brother, I've slept a whole bunch since then. So
Same here.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah. Well, listen, kids, what matters is not the past. What matters is the future.
That's right.
And as we've always said, always forward, always. So that's what we're trying to do here. We hope that you guys are excited. I'm pretty pumped up for this.
Me too.
Dude, this is this. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's be straight with the people. Anything could happen. I feel like we're going in the right direction. This is the best I felt about it in a long time. Well, in a year.
Right.
The worst could happen. I don't know. I hope not. But this time it feels different than it did the previous times we tried to nail down a date. It just this feels different than those times, to be honest.
Well, I mean, man, you see in the movie theaters are starting to open back up. Restaurants are opening up to full capacity. I mean, the people's getting back out there, man. The vaccine has helped. So people are letting their guard down a little bit. We still got to be cautious. We got to be careful. But, I think by midsummer, we should be full blown, man. We should be at it, full blown at it.
Well, wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? That'd be cool. Yeah, man, we've got it's so funny how we just had to hit the pause button. And, as we've said many times here on the podcast, man, we could have, and look, I'm not going to call anybody out. People go with God, do whatever you want to do. It's nothing to me. It's fine. But we've seen videos of rings put in really weird places. And, I've seen rings in backyards and rings in cornfields and whatnot. And look, I'm not throwing shade. Like I said, go with God. If that's what you want to do with your company, do your thing. But we could have done that at any given time in the past 12 months. And it just wouldn't be what we are and who we are. And that's just not something we wanted to do with High Velocity Wrestling. And Gary, I know you agree with that.
Well, Tom,
just not us,
brother, when this thing first happened, we talked about doing some outdoor events or whatever. And, we're just not going to, if we can't deliver 100% of what HVW is, we're not going to do it. If we can't give you the production that we deliver, if we can't give you the talent that we want to give you, if we can't put on the show that we want to put on, we're not going to do it. We will wait until we can.
Absolutely. And June 5th looks like the day we can. So
absolutely.
Fingers crossed as always, kids. But no, I'm pumped up for this. Now, listen, you've already told the folks out there that all 3 championships will be decided on this night. Let's remind everyone of what those 3 championships are.
All right. So we have the HVW championship. We have, for the first time ever, the HVW ladies championship. And then we have the HVW tag titles. So we will crown all of those belts will go around someone's waist on June the 5th.
That's exciting. I know you've had those suckers for over a year now, and just
man,
how many times have you got them out and just looked at them? Be honest.
Lots of times. I have really. I've got them out, showed them to people. You know, we've had the HVW title for a few years now.
Yeah.
So you know that it's still in great shape. You know, that's the one we'll be using. But the ladies' titles new, the tag titles are new.
Yeah.
And they both of them look amazing.
Yeah, I agree with that. And
he's at it again, Tom.
Yeah, I'm choosing not to look. Can you imagine how long it took him to type all that?
You won't tease the hottest commodity in the manager.
Don't repeat all that.
Dude. If that joker knew how many batteries he cost me on those cordless mics trying to mumble out all that mess he's mumbling.
Hey, so again, I say, and I know he hates my guts, but just imagine if that great big paragraph had been used to describe one of his wrestlers instead of himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm just saying his guys don't see things from my point of view, but from where I'm sitting, that was a whole lot about him just now. So tell me I'm crazy.
The manager's manager.
Hey,
I thought you was the wrestler's manager.
If you want to get like that about it, that kind of does beg the question. But I can't say the C word here because I'll get told that I'm behind it again. And I can't suggest there's any shady goings on or shady dealings because if I do, it'll be thrown back that I'm the one behind it. I mean, basically, this mic is the purchase of this mic, I guess, years ago was all done to spite him before I ever met him. I mean, I'm sure this whole thing is, I don't know. It's the grassy knoll situation. Who knows, kids? But no, I'm not gonna put his stuff up on here. Needless to say, he'll be there. So if you're an Ivan M. Righteous fan, and I'm sure there's at least one of you, then you'll be happy on June 5th because as far as we know, he'll be there, and I'm sure he won't be happy with anything Gary and I have done in the days leading up to that or on the night itself.
No, Larry said it best. Tell him, Larry. Shut your mouth, Chuck.
Going back to the tag team situation, and we don't have to uncover any kind of hidden truths here, Gary, or anything, but I think you and I both know that our tag team division is going to look a little bit different when we get back up and running. We hope not. We are hoping that certain teams will still be in place, teams that you and I both think very highly of.
Yes.
But you know what? Listen, folks, life happens. And it's the same story for all of us. And sometimes other things in your life take precedence over other things. So it will be a different looking tag team division come June 5th.
That's all right, though. We got something in store for the fans.
That's right. And anybody that's ever come through this company, man, whether they stay for 10 minutes, or they stay for 10 years, we have always wished them the best in whatever they choose to do from that point on, whether it's in the business or whether it's moving on with the rest of their lives. And the same holds true for anybody to this day. So we don't hold ill will toward anybody out there. And I just don't think that's the professional thing to do to begin with. So the door's always open, kids. I think that's basically what we're saying here. So, but I am looking forward to the tag team part of this. We got to spend some time talking about the HWW Women's Championship. I mean, this was something you and I were fired up about from the jump. I still am. We were talking about an all-women's event at one point. That is very much a conversation that is still alive and well, my friends. So don't think that we've forgotten about that. We have not forgotten about that at all. Dude, I'm excited for the future of the women's division.
Yes, sir. Me too, brother. Especially with some of the news that we got last night with the phone calls that we made. We're going to be on fire June 5th. I promise you that. You know, for a long time, man, HVW's wanted to build a ladies division, a women's division. And man, there's women in the Carolinas out there now, brother, that's still in shows everywhere they go. And I'm ready to highlight it. I'm ready to put them out there. You know, let's show the fans what indie wrestling's missing.
You're right.
Indie professional wrestling.
Professional. There you go. Yeah, I was waiting for you to correct that. I mean, I'm in full agreement on that, man. And I've been watching a lot of matches in the past couple of weeks or so, watching clips from last year as well. And you're right, man. There's a lot of great talent out there, and we want that talent here in HVW for sure. And again, I don't want to give stuff away. I don't think it's the time to give anything away, but we have major plans for the women's championship, especially at this event. So that's all I'll say about that, but I'm excited for it. There's questions, and listen, we'll go ahead and mention names because the way we left things at First Strike last year, some of the most troubling things that I've personally ever seen in terms of being at a live event. You know, you watch shows on TV, you follow the big companies, and you're kind of used to seeing turmoil and chaos. But, you know, we had somebody attacked behind our curtain. I mean, 30 feet from where my kid is sitting. And you know, I know wrestling's not a safe thing to be around. I mean, ever. But, you know, dude, I'm telling you, man, it freaked me out. I know it upset you. And, you know, it put Hayden Ramsey on the shelf. And to my knowledge, she's still on the shelf. And, you know, Caitlin Marie kind of didn't have to answer for anything she did. So, dude, that drama is some of the craziest stuff I've ever been a part of.
Well, you know, dude, I didn't realize the heat they had when I booked them, you know, when I booked the show. And, you know, I come to find out that, you know, Caitlin and Hayden's had heat for months before HVW. Yeah. And I didn't realize this, you know, and when I booked them both, neither one of them asked. So, you know, I didn't know. And, dude, I was not expecting what took place in the locker room.
And, I mean, Hayden wanted her there. I mean, Hayden had to find herself a partner. She found her. We didn't find her for her.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I was completely – I mean, I thought it was cool because, like you said, Hayden asked us to reach out to her and book her.
Yeah. Jeez. So, if any of you weren't there that night, then you don't know what happened. I encourage you to go back and watch First Strike. The full show is available not only on our Facebook page, High Velocity Wrestling, but also on our YouTube channel as well. Shannon, a regular fan of the main event. Shannon, we're doing well tonight. We are announcing the return of High Velocity Wrestling, Shannon, so I couldn't be better. It's good stuff, man. Looking forward to it. How about the HVW Championship? Now, a lot of companies call their titles the world title. We don't do that. A lot of other companies call their titles the heavyweight title. I in my opinion, when you call something a heavyweight title, you're kind of limiting yourself to who can hold that title.
I completely agree.
Ours is the High Velocity Wrestling Championship. So talk to me about, and we can mention names here too. We had a lot of guys talking about the HVW Championship in 2020. I mean, where is your head at right now in terms of who we had last year, who maybe could be moving forward that wants to get their hands on that belt? I mean, who are you thinking?
Well, I mean, brother, from the beginning, you know, I brought Big JD Drake in hoping he was going to be a contender, but, you know, big things are happening with Drake. So, you know, I'm happy for him, man. I'm excited for him. I can't wait to see what his future holds. You know, TJ Boss, you know, some things was happening with TJ we can't really talk about right now, but, you know, I hope something happens with him. I'm hoping we can get one or two of these guys back to the show on the 5th, but Tom, I ain't even really told you yet. I think I've got a pretty cool concept for the HVW title match. We're gonna have to talk about something, Tom.
Oh my God, you're gonna hit me with it live? Is that you're gonna sabotage me on our own show here? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't want to leak it. We're gonna have, maybe we'll tell them on the next podcast. Maybe we'll review some details, but we'll discuss the match.
Sounds
off
good.
The air.
Sounds good. Ha ha, none of you get to know what it is. So there you go. Yeah, man. Let's go back to Drake for a second. Drake has been on 2 editions of AEW Dark, or is it 3? I think
2.
he's 2. Yeah. Um, he's not won a match yet, kids, but that's not for lack of trying. He gave Eddie Kingston all he could handle. Eddie's a tough hombre, let me tell you right now. And then he gave Stu Grayson all he could handle from the Dark Order as well. He even gave the thumbs down to Orange Cassidy. That was a nice touch.
Yes, he did.
I mean, dude, Drake may not be watching this. I don't know, but man, I could not be happier for this guy. Talk about someone who's earned it. And dude worked his way up right before your eyes. You got to be proud of this guy, man.
Man, I've known Drake from the beginning. I've seen him come through SWA, through HVW, and everywhere he's went and the work he's put in. And I'm proud of him, man. He's done it. He's proved that big man can get it done in the business.
Yeah, a lot of respect for JD Drake, and I'm proud that every time I can talk about him going on to AEW on our social media, we can say the HVW's own JD Drake. I'm proud of that as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I was just reading through some of the comments here. People still talking about Righteous. That dude's not even watching, I don't think, anymore, and they're still talking about it. Hey, if nothing else, he'll create a buzz. It may not be the buzz you want, but
Yeah, dude.
So I'm gonna throw some names out there to you. Some of HVW's heavy hitters. When you talk about the championship of the company, we got to think about these guys. I mean, Mitch Hurley was an up and coming guy for us and still is. Drake, as you said, TJ Boss, Crucifix has got to be in that conversation. What about some other guys that maybe fans aren't thinking about when it comes to the championship?
Hey, man, I tell you, we only the HVW fans only got to see him one time before the pandemic hit. But, man, this young kid, Jake Jacobs, he's going to be a big up-and-comer in HVW, man. And Austin Jordan, I hope to get Austin Jordan back to HVW. Either one of those guys could win the HVW championship at any time. I mean, it's Tom, we got a crew of guys coming in. I promise you. It's going to be nice, brother. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's a good roster that we've assembled over the past year, the year leading up to 2020 as well. And again, folks, had a lot of plans for last year, but as you guys know what happened. But we never stopped planning. We never stopped talking. We never stopped discussing what we're going to do moving forward. But I'd be lying if I didn't tell you the fire's been lit again, because it has. We were just sort of, the pilot light was turned down, and now we've turned that sucker up. So once things start going, they start going very quickly. So, yeah, we're going to be catching fire here shortly. It is going to be a challenge. Have you ever been in a situation where the number of tickets you could sell was controlled and you only had a certain space? I mean, besides the building being small, have you ever had anything like this before?
No, I mean, I really haven't. I mean, other than just not going into an event with a restricted number of seats you could sell. I've never, and it's a decent number, but we definitely, we had more than that at both our first shows last year.
Yeah.
So we doubled that number. So it would be not. Sure. It would be nice if by June some more restrictions were lifted and we were able to put some more chairs out and sell more chairs. But at this point, we can only sell 100. So we got to make this show so hot that the day the tickets go on sale, they are no more.
Yes, absolutely. And the plan right now is to sell tickets beforehand. Okay. I can't give you specifics because we're not there yet. We've got a little bit of time, but we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to discuss this stuff off the air and make the plans and then move forward. And I promise you this, our social media will be updated as often as possible, as often as needed and necessary, with any details about this event moving forward. We're going to keep you guys in the loop. We're going to keep you everybody on the same page. And we're going to let you guys know how things are going to be and what we're going to be offering and how the show's going to look and any details that you need to know moving forward. I promise you we're going to keep you updated. I'm afraid to go any longer with this show. We're just going to start telling everybody everything. So
yes, sir. I get it, dude. I get it.
We wanted to hit everybody out there with a little quick something. Other companies have gotten back up and running. Kudos to them. We waited. We bided our time. We wanted to pick the absolute best moment possible. We do feel this is the best moment possible. So,
yes.
As we said, anything could happen. Never say never, especially in this business. But right now it's looking pretty darn good. So we will take pretty darn good versus I'm not sure any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So, anything you want to leave the guys with before we get out of here tonight, Gary?
Man, just thank you guys for supporting us, watching the podcast. Once we release a poster and put the events out there, man, please help us share this thing. Start telling your friends now. Get your groups of 5 together and have your money ready, because as soon as you're going to have 15 tables to buy. So get everything ready and be prepared. So when tickets are on sale, we can get this thing taken care of.
That's right. And like we said before, folks, our social media is where you need to be for any further details moving forward about Proving Ground. This is the first ever edition of HVW Proving Ground. And we're a stickler for names. We're a stickler for running the events on a yearly basis. You will see Resurrected again in January of 2022. You'll see First Strike in February of 2022. In June of 2022, you should be seeing Proving Ground. We'll have stuff in between, but we're a big believer in, this is this and this is this and that is that. So that's all we'll tell you about that. But yes, everything you need to know, we will update you on our social media. Concessions. We've already had a couple people asking about concession. We're going to update you on all that stuff as we get details. We got to sort things out with the building and all that good stuff. And as Gary said earlier, props to the church. Much thanks to them for the building that we affectionately refer to as the HVW Arena. Dude, Gary, they've been invaluable in this movement with the company for sure.
They have, man. Pastor Stacy and Associate Pastor Adam, they're just amazing. Everybody at the church supports what we do, and it's really awesome, man. It's come out and support, the church as well. So just like they do us.
Absolutely. And, if that tells you all you need to know, folks, about what kind of show that we run. It's a family-friendly show. It's clean. You don't have to worry about anything wacky happening. I mean, yeah, we had some crazy stuff at First Strike, but, that was unexpected. You don't have to worry about cursing or anything of that nature. There's such a thing as cheap heat, kids, and we don't really go for cheap heat too much. So if you know what that means, you know what that means. So in the meantime, Gary, anything else before we get out of here, my friend? Any last word you want to give the folks out there?
No, sir. Just start spreading the word. HVW's back. Larry Bell, we love you too, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thanks again for everybody tuning in tonight. We do appreciate it. As Gary said, please go spread the word about the return of HVW. HVW Proving Ground, Saturday night, June 5th. Yes, this calendar year. Finally. So there you go. 6 months in, we'll be up and running. Thanks again, everybody, for checking us out.
Peace.
Check us out on social media as often as possible, and we'll see you next time, all right? Let's get out of here, folks. We'll see you next time, HVW Podcast. Stay tuned, folks. See you next time.